I won't say it's too late for you to relocate to the UK at the age of 44, 45. It depends on the job. Just like I said, it depends on the kind of job you're coming to do upon arrival. You must have secured this job, of course, before you are able to get a tier 2 visa to come to the UK. If you're coming with your family, your wife and your children, at least with that tier 2, tier 3 visa will be able to, allow you to work as much as you want to do to be able to put food on the table for the family. This is really important. Now, to this person that require this piece of information or advice, in form of advice, it is not too late so long you already plan yourself. I said it to people on a couple of occasions that UK is all about preparing yourself. It's all about processes. It's all about transitioning from one place to another. But you need to have planned yourself very well to understand exactly what you are coming to the UK to do. Though if anybody advises you come to the UK on a visitor visa, then that person is going to create a lot of issue for you, because with your visitor visa, there's nothing you can do. Imagine you bringing your family to the UK on visitor visa, you and your husband and your wife coming on a visitor visa. What are you going to do? So I would advise you to come. If you cannot come on student visa, you come on a tier 2 visa. As a matter of fact, I would advise you as a family man, at that age of 44, 45, to come to the UK if you want to come on a tier 2 visa. And that tier 2 visa, just like I said, will allow you to be able to work as much as you can. Because the most important thing about UK is your work. With work, you'll be able to do a lot of things. After you've been working for 2 years, you can even buy a property. You can buy a property if you've been working consistently uninterrupted for 2 years. You and your wife putting resources together. You can buy a property and start living a good life, at least with your renewal in mind. It's all about calculation. A lot of people come to the UK without having anything in mind. They believe they're coming with the mindset that as soon as they arrive in the UK, they open their door one morning, they find a bag of money. If you are coming with that kind of mindset, just like I said in my previous videos, you're going to have issues. But if you are coming with the mindset that I'm coming to work, and you already have that work in place before you embark on that journey, then it's going to be really sweet for you. It's going to be sweet for you. So you need to understand that coming out to the UK at the age of 44, 45 is not a bad thing. But have it at the back of your mind that if you have a good business, if you are okay in Nigeria, if you are making good money in Nigeria, all right, it is not advisable, all right? Because if you sell everything you have in Nigeria and relocate to the UK, you are coming to start from the scratch. Let me tell you that for a fact. So if you are living well in Nigeria, if you are living well in any of these African countries, it is not advisable at that age to think of relocating. You must well just remain there and continue your business and continue whatever you are doing that is putting food on the table. But then if you are not living, you're not okay, you're just struggling one way or the other, but you have the opportunity to get this tier 2 visa to come to the UK with your family, of course you can do. You can do, but make sure that tier 2 you're talking about got nothing to do with COS. Because people on the COS now, the certificate of sponsorship, most of them, they weep now. As I talk to you, they weep. So they come on COS. A lot of them don't have jobs now. A lot of them now are at the verge of renewing their visas, but nothing to show for. And then if you're on COS, you need to be able to prove to the Home Office that you've been working. You need to meet that minimum threshold, financial threshold. You need to meet it. So if you're not working, how are you supposed to meet that minimum threshold? How are you supposed to pay your rent? How are you supposed to look after yourself, in the UK, based on the fact that you came on tier 2, whatever COS, this COS. So I will not even advise you. There are other areas, under that particular tier 2 visa that you can come if you are the age of 44, 45. You need to make sure you carry out your findings. This is really important. Otherwise, you come to the UK, you're going to have to begin to suffer. At that age, you don't need to suffer anymore. You should be able to be calculative and understand exactly what you're coming to do. Now, to add more to this, now have it at the back of your mind that it's just a transition from the current country that you are in to a different one, right? So those things that are not present in Nigeria are present in the UK. Then, for instance, you're talking about the lights, uninterrupted electricity supply. You're talking about good health services. You're talking about good roads. You're talking about security. You're talking about employment. You're talking about job opportunities. You're talking about everything that is not present in Nigeria. For example, permit me to say that they all are present in this country. So that's another area from which you're going to be looking at it. So it is a good thing if you have the opportunity on tier 2 visa that will enable you to work. If you are coming with your wife and your wife is equally coming to work, that will even make it better. So try and understand it very well and don't make that mistake of having the impression that as soon as I get to the UK, everything is just going to be rosy. I'm just going to be 100% fine. No, you're just going to start from somewhere. Then you begin to pick up your life. This is really important. I hope the person that required this piece of information is able to see this video. And then the reason why I decided to come and do the video is that so a lot of people can actually benefit from it and understand that UK is a very good place to be if you have the opportunity and you know what you are doing. You know, it's not like you make 1,000 pounds today. You are thinking of how you're going to be sending 600 pounds home to Nigeria from that 1,000 pounds and be living from hand to mouth with 400 pounds. It doesn't make sense. Come here, sort yourself out first. Even if you're going to remember people back home, let it be later. At least, first of all, sort yourself out. Then in the future, you can remember people. So at the age of 44, 45, it is not too bad to relocate to the UK with your family, so long there is something substantial you're coming to do.